Everybody, welcome back. Just to catch up, the last thing we did, we're back on this project, and the last thing we did was the supposed to be easy, but it ended up being a very difficult job of putting these silly pegs on there. I got both the pegs on, and if you recall, notice that there's some hackery going on here. It turns out in a bin of extra parts that I had for this guy when I bought it, this bracket that they cut off here was thankfully included. So it's just going to be a matter of welding that back up and then getting the brace that goes between that and the rear disc. I did get the front fender on there, obviously off camera, and I'm missing one of the 4 screws or bolts that hold it on. Not a huge deal. So today I'm moving on to the oil change. There's no oil at the dipstick. That doesn't mean there's no oil in it. The dipstick only goes to here, and the oil lives down here and along the frame there and over here. So I got a catch basin. We're gonna take, actually there's a couple of steps you have to do in order to oil change the SR500s. The drain bolt is back here. There's also a drain bolt right there, and obviously the fill here. This is with, oh, that's tight. All right. Dipstick is here. It doesn't read anything. Again, this has been sitting for who knows how long. The oil does run down and reside down here. And this is an oil filter. This little guy right here is a drain or vent. You're supposed to open that, do the drain plug, shift everything over, do this front drain plug. I'm assuming there's not going to be a whole lot here because it's whatever's in here, I believe. Yeah, that's probably it. And anyway, put you guys on a stand and we'll get going and see. I'm sure this thing is always, nothing's easy on this bike, so I'm not expecting it to be as simple as it sounds. I will probably have to remove this pipe. It's going to have to come off anyways because it looks like trash and it needs to get sanded and painted. It also has some friends living in it, which will have to be evicted. And I don't know what's on further on down the pipe, but the drain bolt, I don't know if you can see with the light, but it is right in here, and this guy is like right in front. So anyway, put you guys on a stand and we'll get to work. Before you guys go on the stand, I'll just show you what we're dealing with. I don't know if you can see very well through here. There's the drain bolt. You can see it. Obviously, this pipe has to come off. Luckily, I think it's right around this junction. Excuse me. Yeah, it's right here. So this pipe will still be in the way, but we'll make a mess. Okay. Set you guys up and get to work. Now let's hope nothing goes wrong with removing the exhaust pipe. There's a spring. There's another spring. Looks like about a 14 mil for this guy. Really cheap. Use the everything wrench on this side. And it's 13 on this side. Maybe just go. Definitely not Yamaha hardware. Oh, nice. see what this is. Oh, nice. All right. That's cool. They have those guys. If there's anything down the pipe. Oh yeah, look at that. Looks like a mouse or something was in there. All right, so get that out, and then we can get to that drain bolt right there. Okay, so true to this bike, nothing is as simple as it seems. The pipe came off here. Obviously you saw all that nastiness that was in it. I also took the front pipe. It was all full of nastiness. So now, anyways, the whole pipe had to come off. So let's get to the oil change, which is what initially we were going to do. Okay, so that's the drain bolt we're looking for. Yamaha didn't make it easy. It's a 22 mil, and there's not enough room in there for my socket and my wrench to go, so I had to get an extension. And let's see if anything else goes wrong. Come on. Okay, so far, not terrible. Let's see what comes out of here. Yeah, wonderful. What's gonna go wrong? I'm gonna put the catch thing in front of the camera. Anyway, the oil looks very clean. Look at that. It looks like brand new oil. Unless, I don't know, the way it goes here, this is probably maple syrup or something, I don't know. But we'll let it drain, and then we'll move on to the next one. Okay, so here at the front, we'll pop this guy off, assuming every time I turn a screw on this thing or a bolt on this thing, I think something's gonna go wrong. Let's see what happens. Pardon my hand in the way. Well, that was anticlimactic, but it makes sense. All the oil's in the crank case. I don't know why I said it that way. It's weird. Okay, you see there where I took off the pipe? There appears to be what remains of an exhaust gasket, and no nut trash in there, so they didn't make it up that high. All right, so let's go to the other side. Let me tighten this guy up, and we'll get this, see what this filter looks like. This is the oil filter. I'm gonna try not to ramble and say stupid crap right now. Oh, why are you tight? Oh, by the way, 5 mil. That one was already loose. Really long. Okay. Jesus. Okay. Long one. That's what she said. Oh, that didn't look good. That does not look good. I'm going to pretend that that is not the thread from in here, and that's why it was loose. I'm gonna pretend. see if this guy wants to come off. It does. You stay up there. There's some gunk. Not bad. There's Mr. Gasket. Hopefully I buy a new oil filter, it'll come with a new gasket. I don't know. It's an oil filter, what are you gonna say? There's some gunk in there, but it doesn't look terrible. And it has this green motor oil. I realized that there are a couple steps that I forgot. One is this guy, focus. There you go. This guy has to come off. Apparently there's a screen in there. And also this whole bit, this sump cover where the drain bolt is, also has to come out. Which unfortunately for me, with this new, or with this exhaust that they put in, means that at every oil change, or actually this is, I'm sorry, every other oil change. But removing the exhaust is gonna have to be almost necessary for anything, unless I get back to stock, which it'll be hard to do because I think these are the stock mounting points for the exhaust, and they're gone. But anyways, let's get to work on this guy, and then this guy, and we'll see what kind of trouble we can get into. If history with this bike's taught us anything, there's something coming up. Let me put you guys on the stand. Okay, this is where we're working. That's a 17 mil. Just in case something comes out. I guess it's this guy, the big guy. Okay. It's on it's that guy. Okay, so the big one, 27 mil. And it's tight. Make sure I go right. Nope, wrong way. Okay. I hate upside down bolts. Come on, baby. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. That's really tight. That's tighter than it needs to be. No ghost, no glory. See if this guy gets it off. There we go. That sucker was on there. There's the screen. So we have to clean this. Okay. Move on to the other part. Get them both gone. $5 mils. One more. Just in case something drips. How did you come up? Pick up. There it goes. Oh, it's leaking. Weird that there's no, can you guys see? Oh, this thing's covering the light. There we go. There's no gasket. All right, let's take this to the bench. This is what we're supposed to be cleaning on this sump thing. See, there's a little bit of sludge in there, not terrible. These are oil passages, there's a drain bolt, and this is a screen. I'm not sure what it screens. And this has all this muck right here. So I guess a little carb cleaner, see what we can do. Not that guy. Let's use that guy. And by carb cleaner, I meant brake cleaner. Hey, look at that. Pretty good. Is that a camera? It is, okay. Okay, cool. Look at that, just from one spray. I need a toothbrush. So the filter's nice and clean now. You can see through it. This screen is nice and clean. That's nice and clean. All that sludge is gone. And clean the outside. All right. Now the rest of these back on. One thing to note, if you didn't notice last time, this oil has this green hue to it, almost like there's a, hey, look, my shiny forehead. And it's really viscous, so almost like there's an additive in there. I'm not sure what that is. It doesn't smell weird or anything. Okay. So, I don't think this guy's supposed to be tightened to 1,000,000 foot-pounds like it was before. But I'm going to check the book just in case. So nothing in the book about torque values for that. So what we will do is put it in there tight. Not at 5,000,000 foot-pounds. That is all I'm doing. I'll put this other connection here. Click. This is one of the bolts from that under thing. This is not aluminum thread, this is soft. So I'm gonna clean this up and get back under there. You can see engine compartment or engine stuff in there. It looks pretty clean. Okay, so you go this way. That screen in there is kind of holding it with that rubber. Voila. Everything's magically tight and on. That's on. So that's it for the oil change. At least that's it for the old oil. Now we gotta put the filter back on, the cap back on there. Hopefully this is the one that had the threads at the end of it, but it's holding there, so hopefully there's enough to tighten it. I did not get the gasket for the cap, this guy, so I have to hope that this gasket still works. It does sit just a bit proud of that surface, so hopefully it seals. And all right, I'm gonna grab the filter. That's the filter, K&N 145. K&N 145. A little bit of pushback from the O-ring on the filter. Nothing. That's tight. That's tight. That's already been tightened. Cool. All right, everybody, that's about it for the changing of the oil in this thing. Not super simple, but not super difficult either. I have not put the oil back in it yet, and I'm gonna put this in it. Yeah, I know. heresy. Anyways, I'm gonna wait because I want to start it once I put the oil in it to check for leaks and stuff. And so the carburetor has to go back on. And yeah, the carburetor, fuel lines, fuel tank, or at least the carburetor and some makeshift fuel lines. But that's for another video, and that's gonna wrap this one up. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope it helped somebody out. And if you're watching and you have an idea of how I can fix this messed up thread on this messed up bolt, please leave me a note down in the comments. All right, have yourselves a great day, and I'll catch you on the next one.